everyone, welcome to Shanghai Disney Resort. What a good news! Shanghai Disney theme park will reopen to public on May 11. Today, let us follow Andrew, the Vice President of the operations of Shanghai Disney Resort, to see all the details of preparation.
So at this stage, our guests would have already gone through temperature screening and they would have already shown their health QR code. And so now what we want to demonstrate is that Disney reservation QR code redemption process. So this is our cast members here, and Michelle is going to be our demonstrator here, so I'll let her take you through it. So after that stage, the next step is for our guests to go through the security screening. But what I wanted to showcase here are the markers on the ground for social distancing. So we did various studies with our guests and observations, and we found it was easier to tell the guests where not to stand and then leave the empty space where they can stand. So that's our arrangements here, and so again, it provides a group of a family or friends can stand in this space, and then it's 1 meter distance to the next space. Okay? And then we always have our cast members here, as I mentioned before, reminding our guests to maintain appropriate social distance throughout. So they'll be both verbalizing it and also showing the signs here. Thank you, Alex. So again, now the next step is for the guests to arrive, to redeem their ticket, but also to present their government ID upon entry. So in order to maintain social distancing for our characters, we won't be having any up-close meet and greets, but what we want our guests to be able to do is still have a chance to see our favorite Disney friends, get a chance to take photos of them. So we're looking for new creative ways to present our characters. So what you see here is actually a small procession of a couple of floats with characters on them that'll come out again throughout the day and surprise our guests. So we can just stop here for a second just to show you on the ground some different types of markers we're using. So this area, if you're familiar, we do a character atmosphere show called Tai Chi with Donald Duck. And so the performers perform in the center here. And we've created a viewing area where, again, each party would now, in this configuration, stand within the yellow box. And so each yellow box is 1 meter separated from each other. And so it just provides a very simple way to clearly inform our guests where to stand, create that distance, and then once it fills up, we'll ask other guests to come back for the next performance. But with our limited number of attendees per day, we believe everybody will have a chance to see almost everything they want to see. Yeah. As we're walking around, you can see that we've got markers positioned at even the little food kiosks here. So every location where we start to build queues, we're going to make sure that we have social distancing markers available. So on the right-hand side, we're in the process of putting in our markers for the Castle Stage Show, Golden Fairy Tale Fanfare. Again, groups will be able to stand in their own individual boxes 1 meter apart from each other. So as I mentioned, we'll have cast members throughout the park doing continuous wiping down, sanitizing and disinfecting all the high-touch surfaces. So this is one of our custodial cast members right now doing that. Hi! All right. So we're at the entrance of the attraction. So we'll have cast members at the entrance of every attraction reminding our guests to maintain social distance in the queues. Okay, there you go. Now you lead the way. So if you look on the left, as you enter in on the railings, you'll see yellow markers. That's where we're going to ask our guests to stand with at the markers. So each party stands at one of these yellow marker lines. And again, we'll have cast members in the queues helping to facilitate that. As we approach an area like this with yellow and black tape and do not stand here symbols, that's an indicator to pass through this area. Don't stand in there, because what happens is you would end up with guests too close to each other in side-by-side queues. So we have an area where we block it off. And then we'll have cast members facilitating, so just making sure they follow the markings. This way? Okay. Just ask that everybody stay behind the yellow lines and the yellow and black lines. Okay. So for a boat like this, we would normally fill all the seats and even the middle bench in between. But as you can see, as the boats pull up, what we've done is we've put markers on all the rows, all the benches, to indicate where your seat is. And then if they don't have markers, that's not a place to sit. So it's really reducing the capacity significantly on the ride, but allowing that social distancing, which is what's most important at this stage. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So you can see in the first boat how a group loads. Everyone, just be careful on the edge of the dock here. So we're arriving at Pirates of the Caribbean. The next attraction we want to showcase the queue and the loading area for. So we'll wait here at the beginning for everybody. Yo-ho! Because Pirates of the Caribbean has many different rows, has 6 rows. Each row is a little bit closer than 1 meter, so we want to go ahead and separate out more than that. So we'll use every other row for loading for this vehicle. It's fun. In some respects it's nice, right? Back. experience on Pirates of the Caribbean to wipe your hands with hand sanitizer. So, again, we have more of the hand sanitizer out here. Okay. So you can see it on the walls. Wait for the groups, but just pointing out for everybody with hand sanitizers at the exit of the attractions.
对，还是提醒一下各位媒体朋友，我们每一个景点的出口停都是要有的。
Okay.
这边有美食首页可以请上手。
Ahoy! Yo! All right. Okay.
欢迎来寻宝。
And so if we ever do exceed those values, we have other exits from the attractions that people can go instead of entering the shop. Or we're able to just control access for a limited period of time till people cycle through. Maybe we can walk towards the registers. Okay, good. Okay, great. So with the restaurants, we want to maintain social distancing in here. That's the number one priority, along with enhancing the safety and hygiene inside the restaurant. So what we're doing is we're planning no more than 50% of our seating capacity available. So that'll be the regulating factor of the restaurants. So with that, again, with lower attendance levels at the beginning, we don't foresee very many queues at all. But if we do have queues, we're prepared. So if we have to control access into the restaurant, we will leverage the exterior areas for some queues before they enter in. So you can see again the yellow markings on the ground as guests enter into the restaurant. Okay, so let's go inside. Oh, sorry.
欢迎来到海捞餐厅，请按黄色地标保持安全距离，有序排队哦。欢迎来到海捞餐厅，请按黄色地标保持安全。
And cast members welcoming you, but also reminding you about social distancing.
去提醒大家按照这个黄色地标，然后保持距离。
So for the queuing for where you pick up your food, because this restaurant you actually pick up your food first and then you pay. What we plan is, again, to leverage the queues that we already have, but because they're tight, what we've done is we've created areas that guests cannot stand in to make sure that we keep 1 meter or so separation between the different groups. Asking the guests to do is wait here behind the line. So again, an area where you do not stand. And then you would come over here, and this would be where you pick up your food. So you'd have your tray, and you'd select your order there, and you would go. So we try to keep that distance, because in a normal situation, pre-epidemic, we would have had guests queued all the way through here. So we want to make sure we keep that distance. So similar to merchandise, after you do cash handling, if you, again, we're encouraging contactless payments, but some people may have cash, some people may have credit cards. So you have that chance to clean up. Also, the cast member has a chance to use the sanitizer here too on a continuous basis. You can see it says for your health and safety, this table is unavailable. And so what the intention would be is nobody sits here, somebody sits here. And we alternate to keep that social distancing throughout the area. Yeah, so during the preparation period for the reopening, what we've done is really look at a lot of different measures to make sure that we can deliver a safe and healthy environment within the park. So it starts with ensuring that we have an audience that is able to come with limited numbers to make sure that we can deliver on social distancing. So we are holding back on the number of attendees in the park. And then within the park, we're trying to ensure social distancing through a variety of methods, many of which you've seen, which are the markers on the grounds, limiting the number of people inside our locations, and those kinds of methods.
The ticket sales is now available online. May you have a good journey.